Good afternoon. We are here today to announce the results of the fourth phase of Operation North Star, a 5-month initiative undertaken by the U.S. Marshals Service and law enforcement partners to target the most dangerous fugitives and violent offenders in 10 metropolitan areas across the country. Before we do, however, there are two matters I want to address. The first is a major law enforcement action the Justice Department has taken to counter some of the many threats Iran poses to our country. And the second is that we will soon mark 1 year since Hamas's October 7th terrorist attack on Israel. First, with regard to Iran, there are few actors in this world that pose as grave a threat to the national security of the United States as does Iran, a state sponsor of terrorism. Iran's malign activities are wide-ranging. The U.S. government is intensely tracking Iran's lethal plotting against current and former U.S. government officials, including former President Trump. We are working to investigate and disrupt Iran's funding and support of Hamas, Hezbollah, and other terrorist groups. And we are working relentlessly to uncover and counter Iran's efforts to stoke discord, to undermine confidence in our democratic institutions, and to influence our elections. As the intelligence community has reported, we are seeing increasingly aggressive Iranian cyber activity during this election cycle. In August, the intelligence community reported an ongoing effort by Iran to compromise former President Trump's campaign and to influence the U.S. election process. Last week, the intelligence community reported that in late June and early July, Iranian malicious cyber actors sent unsolicited emails to individuals who were then associated with President Biden's campaign. The emails contained an excerpt taken from stolen, non-public information from former President Trump's campaign as text in the emails. The intelligence community reported that there is currently no information indicating the recipients of the emails replied. The intelligence community further reported that Iranian malicious cyber actors have continued their efforts since June to send stolen, non-public material associated with former President Trump's campaign to U.S. media organizations. Moments ago, the Justice Department unsealed an indictment charging 3 hackers working for the Iranian government with material support for terrorism, computer fraud, wire fraud, and identity theft for their roles in these cyber attacks. The 3 hackers are Iranian nationals residing in Iran. As outlined in our indictment, the defendants, Masoud Jalili, Seyyed Ali Aghamiri, and Yasar Balaghi, conspired with others to deploy a years-long, wide-ranging hacking operation on behalf of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC. The operation targeted the email accounts of current and former American public officials, journalists, and most recently, individuals associated with U.S. political campaigns. The defendants' own words make clear that they were attempting to undermine former President Trump's campaign in advance of the 2024 U.S. presidential election. We know that Iran is continuing its brazen efforts to stoke discord, erode confidence in the U.S. electoral process, and advance its malign activities to the IRGC, a designated foreign terrorist organization. The Justice Department is committed to countering the threat that Iran poses to our democracy, to our national security, and to our allies in the international community. As we approach the upcoming election, I want to reiterate that the Justice Department will not tolerate attempts by Iran or by any foreign power to interfere in our elections and undermine our democracy.